All right, well, we'll begin double elimination round 7 with toss-up question number 1, which is in chemistry. Short answer. A reaction has a rate constant, K equals 25 molarity to the -2 power times minute to the -1 power. Give the overall order where it has an interrupt by B1.
2.
That is incorrect. I will repeat the question for team A. Chemistry, short answer. A reaction has a rate constant, K equals 25 molarity to the -2 power times minute to the -1 power. Give the overall order for this reaction. A, Captain.
3.
3 is correct. Your bonus question is a visual bonus in chemistry, short answer. Answer the following 3 questions regarding the curve of KNO3. 1. Giving your answer as saturated, unsaturated, or supersaturated, describe the solution formed by completely dissolving 80 grams of KNO3 in 100 grams of water at 40 degrees C. 2. If a saturated solution of KNO3 at 60 degrees C was rapidly cooled to 30 degrees C, how many grams will precipitate out of solution per 100 grams of water? 3. What is the solubility in moles per liter to the nearest whole number of KNO3 at 40 degrees C?
Okay, 1 is supersaturated. One is supersaturated at 20.
Five seconds.
Yeah, supersaturated.
Supersaturated, 55 grams, and 65 moles per liter.
I'm sorry, the first 2 answers were correct, but the last one is 6. Toss-up question 2, biology, multiple choice. Which of the following is not true of microRNA molecules? W, occur naturally in plants. X, single-stranded. Y, about 19 to 25 as an interrupt by A, Captain.
Z.
Z, only produced by the genes that they regulate. That is correct. Your bonus question is a visual bonus in biology. Short answer. Answer the following 2 questions. 1. What is the most common scientific term for this general process? And 2. What is the most common biochemical term for the ends of the molecules shaded in turquoise where the orange and red colored balls labeled 3 are attached?
Five seconds.
Translation and peptidal site.
Translation was correct, but the other answer was 3' end. Toss-up question 3, physics, multiple choice. Which of the following characteristics of quantum systems has been most important to the development of quantum information systems, including quantum computation? W, complementarity. X, entanglement. Y, correspondence principle. Z, photon quanta. A3.
X.
X is correct. Another visual bonus question. This one, can we get that up? This one is in physics, short answer. This is a Feynman diagram of what form of radioactive decay?
It's beta plus decay.
Beta plus decay.
That's correct. Toss-up question 4, general science, short answer. By words or number, name all of the following 4 choices that are typically used to reversibly denature proteins. 1, pH change. 2, alteration in amino acid sequence of protein sample. 3, mild heat for a short time. 4, moderate salt concentrate. There is an interrupt by A, Captain.
1 and 3.
That is not correct. I will reread it for Team B because that was an interrupt. Toss-up question in general science, short answer. By words or number, name all of the following 4 choices that are typically used to reversibly denature proteins. 1, pH change. 2, alteration in amino acid sequence of protein sample. 3. Mild heat for a short time. 4. Moderate salt concentrations. B3.
1, 3, 4.
That is correct. Your bonus question is a visual bonus in general science. Short answer. Answer the following 3 questions. 1. What is the common general name of this device? 2. Which of the following 3 minimum operating temperatures is the most common setting for this device? 100 degrees C, 121 degrees C, or 167 degrees C? And 3. In the bottom right is a fill lever. What would this instrument typically be filled with for proper operation?
It's an autoclave, right? Okay. So,
Autoclave, 121 degrees Celsius, steam.
Can you stop the clock? No, we don't. That is not acceptable. The correct answer to the third one is water. It is not put in as steam.
We'd like to challenge that, please.
Okay.
Your challenge is?
The device is filled with steam, and steam is the gas phase of water.
We will discuss.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. We've discussed, and the autoclave is filled with liquid water. During the course of operation, the water is converted to steam as the temperature rises, but it is filled with liquid water, not with steam. So the answer is incorrect.
So now we will move on with toss-up question number 5, which is an earth science multiple choice. Magnetic separation is possible in the case of which of the following ores? W, taconite, X, cinnabar, Y, cassiterite, Z, molybdenite. A1.
Z.
That's not correct. B, Captain.
Why?
No, the correct answer was W, taconite. Toss-up question 6, astronomy, multiple choice. If you were on a planet with an escape velocity of 1v, and the mass of the planet remained the same, but its radius decreased to 1/4 of its original size, the escape velocity would be W, 1/2 v. That is an interrupt by A2.
W.
That is not correct. That was an interrupt, so I will reread for Team B. If you were on a planet with an escape velocity of 1v, and the mass of the planet remained the same, but its radius decreased to 1/4 of its original size, the escape velocity would be W, 1/2 v, X, 1v, Y, 2v, Z, 4v. B, Captain.
2v.
2v is correct. Your bonus question is a visual bonus in astronomy. Short answer. This is an image taken in December 2006 by the Hubble Space Telescope. Answer the following 2 questions. 1. What celestial event produced the ring structure in the center of the field? 2. What particles were detected before the first visible light reached the Earth from this object?
Oh, really? Okay.
Supernova, neutrinos.
That is correct. Toss-up question 7 is in math. Short answer. A baseball player hits a home run in 10% of his at-bats. What is the percent probability that in 2 at-bats he hits exactly 1 home run? A1.
0.09.
That's not correct. B3.
0.18.
No, that is not correct. The correct answer is 18. Stop the clock. The question asks, what is the percent probability? So you have to give it in percent form. The answer was 18%. You're on the right track. I'm sorry. So we'll go on to toss-up question 8, chemistry, short answer. Give the systematic IUPAC name for tert-butyl alcohol, whose chemical formula is left paren CH3, right paren 3, COH. B, Captain.
Trimethylmethanol.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. A, Captain.
1,1-dimethyl ethanol.
No, the correct answer is 2-methyl-2-propanol. Toss-up question 9, biology, multiple choice. The total amount of protein in human plasma is about 7 grams per deciliter. Which of the following is closest to the plasma levels of free thyroxine, adrenocorticotropic hormone, or estradiol in a human male? W, 3 picograms per milliliter. X, 3 micrograms per milliliter. Y, 3 milligrams per milliliter. Z, 30 grams per liter. A, Captain.
X.
That's not correct. B1.
W.
W is correct. You get a bonus question as another visual in biology short answer. This is an H&E stain of a human organ. Answer the following 3 questions. 1. Is this a longitudinal or cross-section? 2. What organ is this? 3. What specific type of tissue is labeled B?
So this is probably small intestine. I think it's no small intestine. Okay, these are the okay, right, small intestine, and then what's B? No, it's the circular. It's the muscle, right? B should be the muscle. A is not. I don't think it's smooth muscle. Smooth muscle. So the cross section, it's the small intestine, and we're gonna smooth muscle.
5 seconds.
Cross section. Small intestine. Smooth muscle.
That is correct. Toss-up question 10 is in physics, multiple choice. The cosmological principle states that when averaged over very large scales, the universe is W. Homogeneous. That is an interrupt by A2.
W.
That is incorrect. I will reread for team B. The cosmological principle states that when averaged over very large scales, the universe is W, homogeneous and homotropic. X, homogeneous and isotropic. Y, finite and anisotropic. Z, infinite and anisotropic. B, Captain.
X.
X is correct. Your bonus question is in physics, short answer. Name all of the following 4 choices that, according to the standard model, obey Fermi-Dirac statistics. Protons, photons, mesons, electrons.
Protons and electrons.
That's correct. Toss-up question 11 is in general science, multiple choice. Which of the following is the statistical test of significance most appropriate for determining levels of significance in differences among 4 different alloys to conduct electricity under varying temperatures? W, student's t-test. X, standard error of the mean. Y, chi-square. Z, ANOVA f-test. A2.
Z.
Z is correct. Your bonus question is in general science, short answer. By words or number, name all of the following 3 choices that are true regarding the ANOVA f-test. 1. The null hypothesis is strongly rejected when the f value is highly negative. 2. The null hypothesis is least strongly rejected when the sample means are equal. 3. The test requires information about sample sizes.
Okay, 2 and 3 are true. I don't know that one.
It's strong if it's highly negative. If it's
Okay, the null hypothesis is rejected if f is negative.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
5 seconds.
All 3.
No, it's just 2 and 3. And
That's a half.
We've gone through 11 questions at the half. We will now take a brief 2-minute break and resume with the second half of play. take your seats again. We're going to resume with the second half of play. Please take your seats.
8. Okay. You want to test the buzzers again? Okay. All the way? All of them? Oh, okay. All right. So there was an issue with buzzer for B2, so you would like to test it again. Go ahead. B2, it looks like it's working.
All right, sounds good.
You want to read the score at the half?
Okay. North Hollywood is 30 and Miraloma is 58.
Okay, and we've done 11 questions so far, so we're going to start on question 12. I like to announce that so that the science judge can correct me before I start reading. Toss-up question 12, Earth Science multiple choice. Which of the following most likely erupted with the highest temperatures? W, the Lackey Fissure System flood basalt of 934 AD. X, Huckleberry Ridge Caldera at Yellowstone about 2 million years ago. Y, Mount Pinatubo in 1991. Z, a stratovolcano as an interrupt by B Captain.
W.
That's not correct. That was an interrupt, so I will reread for Team A. Toss-up, Earth Science multiple choice. Which of the following most likely erupted with the highest temperatures? W, the Lackey Fissure System flood basalt of 934 AD. X, Huckleberry Ridge Caldera at Yellowstone about 2 million years ago. Y, Mount Pinatubo in 1991. Z, a stratovolcano from the Proterozoic eon producing ultramafic lava flows. A1.
Z.
Z is correct. Your bonus question is in Earth Science, multiple choice. Much evidence suggests that Earth's basaltic magmas result from which of the following processes? W, dry partial melting of mantle. X, dry partial melting of continental crust. Y, wet melting of continental crust. Z, wet melting of outer core.
Can you read W? Dry partial melting of mantle. Dry partial melting.
None of them.
It's W actually.
Basalt.
Yeah, basaltic
And I
magma.
guess
Wet melting.
W.
5 seconds.
W.
W is correct. Toss-up 13, Astronomy, short answer. Regarding Julian dating, how much time in hours to the second decimal place does 0.01 Julian days equal? B Captain.
0.24.
That's correct. Your bonus question is a visual question in astronomy, short answer. Answer the following 3 questions. 1. The bright red area is aligned with the plane of what specific celestial object? 2. What general type of stellar remnant produces these pulsars? 3. What cataclysmic events produced these labeled objects?
Two is what?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, two. There should be gen. So two. What's two?
2 neutrons transferred.
Neutrons. Okay, and then three. The cataclysmic event. So a supernova.
Neutrons transferred.
Okay.
Milky Way. Neutron star. Supernova.
That's correct. Toss-up question 14, math, multiple choice. Which of the following is the minimum value of the function absolute value of x plus 1, close absolute value, plus the absolute value of x minus 1, close absolute value? W, 1, x, 2, y, 3 halves, z, 5 halves. A1.
Y.
That's incorrect. B Captain.
Z.
No, the correct answer was X, 2. Toss-up question 15 is in chemistry, short answer. Which specific rule or principle, based on Zaitsev rule, states that the addition of a hydrohalic interrupt by B1?
Markovnikov's rule.
That's correct. Your bonus question is in chemistry, short answer. Giving your answer in degrees Celsius to the first decimal place, if the molality of a non-volatile, non-electrolyte is 0.3 molal and the solvent is acetic acid, what is the boiling point of this solution? Assume the boiling point of acetic acid is 118 degrees C and its abelioscopic constant is 3.0 degrees C per molal.
Okay, so that's 0.9. First decimal place, so 100 and... 1 second, this is boiling point, 118.9 degrees Celsius. 118.9 degrees Celsius.
Do you think so? Yeah, so 118.9.
5 seconds.
118.9.
118.9 is correct. Your toss-up question 16 is in biology, multiple choice. Fungal hyphae typically have only small amounts of RER. From this, you would most likely expect that these hyphae would also have W, cells with no nuclear membranes, X, no free ribosomes, Y, small amounts of Golgi, Z, numerous peroxisomes. That's an interrupt by B Captain.
Y.
Y is correct. Your bonus question is in biology, short answer. By words or number, name all of the following 4 choices that are generally true for regulatory mechanisms of cell cycle. 1. Cyclins are proteins that regulate the activity of CDKs. 2. Levels of cyclins steadily fall during interphase. 3. Cyclins steadily rise throughout mitosis. 4. Growth factors often act by stimulating cyclins.
Stimulate. I think no, because the reason I don't think cyclic they spike during yes. And then they don't go. This is how they look like. And they decrease during mitosis. Yeah. They should. I think just 1
5 seconds.
1 and 4.
That's correct. Toss-up question 17, physics, short answer. What dimensionless fundamental constant is most often considered the coupling constant for electromagnetic force? B Captain.
The permittivity of free space.
That is incorrect. A3.
The permeability of free space.
No, the correct answer is the fine structure constant. Toss-up question 18, general science, short answer. By words or number, name all of the following 3 choices that are true regarding phonons. 1. They have no definite discrete properties or quanta. 2. They determine the speed of sound in different materials. 3. They play an essential role in superconductivity. As an interrupt by A3.
2.
That is incorrect, so I will repeat for Team B. By words or number, name all of the following 3 choices that are true regarding phonons. 1. They have no definite discrete properties or quanta. 2. They determine the speed of sound in different materials. 3. They play an essential role in superconductivity. B1.
All of them.
That is not correct either. It is 2 and 3. Toss-up question 19, Earth Science, short answer. At a depth of about 2,900 kilometers below the Earth's surface is the Gutenberg discontinuity that lies immediately between what 2 as an interrupt by A Captain?
Mantle and outer core.
That is correct. Your bonus question is in Earth Science, multiple choice. According to the discontinuous branch of Bowen's reaction series, which of the following has the highest crystallization and is the first to form from a basaltic magma? W. Pyroxene. X. Amphibole. Y. Olivine. Z. Biotite.
Y.
Y is correct. Your toss-up question 20 is in astronomy, multiple choice. Most of the matter that astronomers would consider in the local area of the Milky Way galaxy is W, associated with the dark halos from the local group. X. In the far interstellar space among galaxies of both as an interrupt by B Captain.
W.
W is correct. Your bonus question is in astronomy, short answer. By words or number, name all of the following 3 choices of space missions that have provided substantial support of the hypothesis of the cosmological principle. WMAP, COBE, SOHO.
Yes, both 1 and 2. Okay, SOHO is
5 seconds.
1 and 2.
That is correct. Toss-up 21 is in math, short answer. Simplify the following product. Square root of -9 times square root of -121. B captain.
-3.
That is incorrect. A1.
-33.
That is correct. Your bonus.
Stop the clock,
Stop the
please.
clock.
We've used that question before.
I'm sorry?
We've used that question before in a round in double elimination.
It's true.
There was a question that was similar, but it was not
I
this.
think it was.
I actually think it was the exact
exactly the
question.
same.
Regardless, it doesn't affect the answer. The square root of -9 times square root of -121 is -33, not -3.
It doesn't matter.
But just you should get.
It doesn't matter.
Thank you.
Okay, so visual bonus.
Continue.
All right, visual bonus for team A in math, short answer. In the given matrix equation, what are the values of A and B respectively?
Yeah. B equals
B equals what?
B equals 7.
Is it A is -7 over 6? Are you sure?
What quickly get it again.
7 over 6. No, wait. 1.
5 seconds.
1.
A equals 1, B equals 7.
That's correct. Toss-up question 22 is in chemistry, short answer. By words or number, name all of the following 4 properties that are usually decreased by the addition of a solute to a solvent. 1. Boiling point. 2. Freezing point. 3. Osmotic pressure as an interrupt by A captain.
The first and fourth.
That is incorrect, so I will reread for team B. Short answer, by words or number, name all of the following 4 properties that are usually decreased by the addition of a solute to a solvent. 1. Boiling point. 2. Freezing point. 3. Osmotic pressure. 4. Vapor pressure. B1.
2 and 4.
2 and 4 is correct. Your bonus question is in chemistry, short answer. Balance the following chemical equation reacting aqueous cobalt-3 nitrate with potassium sulfate using the smallest whole number coefficients. CO, left paren NO3, right paren 3 aqueous, plus K2SO4 aqueous yields CO2, left paren SO4, right paren 3 solid, plus KNO3 aqueous.
No, they just need to balance it. Remember the first 2 equals.
5 seconds.
2CO open paren NO3 close paren 3 aqueous plus 3 K2SO4 aqueous yields CO2 open paren SO4 close paren 3 solid plus 6 KNO3 aqueous.
That's correct. Toss-up 23, biology, short answer. If the diencephalon was surgically removed during early embryogenesis, which one of the following 4 parts of the vertebrate brain would most likely be missing in the adult stage, assuming the animal could be kept alive? Thalamus, cerebellum, pons, medulla as an interrupt by B captain.
Thalamus.
That is correct. Your bonus question is a visual bonus in biology, short answer. This table lists the 9 different routes of informational transfer possible under the central dogma of molecular biology. By words or number, name all that most scientists would agree are not known to exist.
Okay, protein to protein does not exist. Number 9. Protein does.
DNA works. This works.
This works. This works.
This works. RNA dependent. This does not work. This does not work.
No, it's
This
3.
does not work.
It's 3. It's just 7, 8, 9?
Or is it? Has this ever been done before?
DNA to
So
protein.
it's just,
Really? Okay.
what about prions? Are they protein?
Oh, no,
5
no, that is true.
seconds.
Prions are protein.
7, 8, 9.
That is correct.
And that's the game.
So I would like to congratulate Miraloma on winning that match, and they will now play for the national championship. And I'm going to hand this over to Adam to moderate the next round.
I would now like to welcome North Carolina, our undefeated team, up to the stage for the National Science Bowl Finals. Round of applause, please.
Okay.
No, they're not.
They're listed that way as being.
They're TV.
Yeah, they're good. Because they had put in North Carolina.
Alphabetically means, I mean, I see what it's
Oh, did they do it alphabetically? They probably did the first one alphabetically, but the other two they didn't know how.
The first one was backwards. North Hollywood versus Miraloma.
Yeah.
They flip-flopped it. At least they're consistent.
No, this one they had the whole thing. They had the NC from science and math, and the ZZZ from math. So I'm sure they just figured out. Yeah.
Okay. Or will they challenge that if this is like
I wasn't sure.
because I had already displayed the bonus, then they challenged.
I think people in the back, they can't see it.
Then I advanced, then I
We can also score it half. That's the half, and please not score it half. Okay. All right, thank you very much. This is now the National Science Bowl High School Finals. We have our two teams, Miraloma on the B side, who you just saw in action, who won their last match. Congratulations, Miraloma. Going up against North Carolina on the A side, coming out of the undefeated champions bracket. So congratulations to both teams, and this is the finals. One of these two teams will be our National Science Bowl 2010 high school champions. Let's have a round of applause for both teams before we get started. Okay, so once again, my name is Adam Matthews. I will now be the moderator for this round. I will be recognizing you during this round. And please wait for verbal recognition before giving your answer. Before we begin, we'd like to once again test the buzzers and have you introduce yourselves to us. We'll start at the left side, work our way across. Please buzz in, wait to be recognized, and then tell us your name, your year in school, and what profession you think you'd like to pursue after college and grad school. A3.
Bryce Taylor. I'm a junior and I'd like to be a mathematician.
Thank you very much. A2.
Christian Johnson. I'm a senior and I would like to do research.
A captain.
Akil Jarawala. I am a senior and I'm thinking about going into chemistry.
Excellent. A1. Sorry. Please buzz.
That's why we test.
Could you please check the buzzer for A1, please? And participants, if you'll all be careful not to kick the wires on the table, that will dislodge the connection and kill your buzzer. Thank you for your patience while we resolve this technical difficulty.
Not bad.
It's fine. If we could get some AV support on stage, please, to help reconnect the buzzer, please. Set. Thank you, Jisan. A1, let's try that again. A1.
My name is Patrick Yang. I'm a senior, and I have no idea what I'm going to do.
Fair enough. B1.
Sriram, I'm a junior. I'm thinking of being a chemist. Not sure yet, though.
Excellent. B Captain.
Andrew Chen, I'm a junior and undecided.
Thank you. B2.
Edward Lee, I'm a senior, and I would like to become a professional game show contestant, but medicine sounds okay too.
As a fallback plan, perhaps. B3.
Russ Islam, and either medicine or economics, or maybe medical economics.
Excellent. Thank you very much. So it seems like the buzzers are all working. You guys are all up here. Please do speak into the microphone during the round so that the audience can hear you and so that everyone watching around the world can hear you as well and be amazed by your brilliance. Do we have any questions before we get started? All right, well then without further ado, this is the finals of National Science Bowl High School Competition 2010. Take a deep breath, relax, and let's get started. Double elimination round number 8, toss-up number 1, physics, multiple choice. Which of the following is most commonly taken to determine the geometry of the universe according to general relativity and the cosmological principle? W, age of the universe. X, temperature of the CMB. Y, rate of expansion of the universe. Z, average density of interrupt. A, captain.
Z.
Z is correct, average density of matter. Your bonus question is visual in physics, short answer. There's a DC power source on the left of the diagram at I1. Given that the ammeters at I2 and I5 read 8 and 2 amperes respectively, what are the currents in amperes that are registered on I3, I4, and I6 respectively?
So I3 is 6 amps. I3 is 6 amps. And then I think I4 is 4 amps. I6 is 12 amps. And then I4 is 4. Okay. And then I6. It's just I3, I4, I6. What'd you get for
5 seconds.
I3 equals 6 amps, I4 equals 4 amps, I6 equals 12 amps.
That is correct. Toss-up question number 2 is in biology and it's multiple choice. Which of the following is a known mechanism that most often accounts for genomic imprinting? W, poly-A tails. X, DNA methylation. Interrupt. B, captain.
X
is correct. Your bonus question in biology is visual, short answer. Answer the following 3 questions regarding this medical X-ray. 1, what is the specific name of the bone labeled A? 2, what is the specific name of the bone labeled B? C, what is the specific name of the process labeled C?
Okay, so. That's the first vertebrate or the second vertebrate? It's either the atlas or the axis. Is that the axis then? So A would be the axis. So is the axis, and then is B the sternum? Is that far enough down to the, no, the sternum starts here. Sternum starts from what?
Isn't it the weird thing if we can add?
No, I think it has to be sternum.
5 seconds.
Go for it.
Axis, sternum, acronomion.
I'm sorry, it's axis, first thoracic, and then acromion. Toss-up question number 3 is in chemistry, short answer. For a multi-step chemical reaction, which step determines the rate of interrupt B1?
Slow step.
That is correct. Your bonus question in chemistry is short answer. Name all of the following 5 species that have a tetrahedral shape. CH4, XF4, SO4 2-, SOF4, SF4.
Okay, it's on SF4, it's on SOF4. It's SO4 2- does XEF4?
XCF4.
XEF4 does not, CH4 does.
So 1 and 3?
1 and 3. 1 and 3.
5 seconds.
1 and 3.
CH4 and SO4 2-.
That is correct. Toss-up number 4 is in general science and it's multiple choice. Which of the following is the best reason why AM radio stations are generally heard better at night than during the day? W, the bottom layers of the ionosphere disappear and the layers above reflect the radio waves very effectively. X, AM radio waves typically travel faster in colder nighttime air. Y, all AM radio stations are required to transmit at a different bandwidth at interrupt. B2.
Z.
I'm sorry, it's incorrect. This interrupt, I'll repeat for team A, toss-up, general science, multiple choice. Which of the following is the best reason why AM radio stations are regularly heard better at night than during the day? W, the bottom layers of the ionosphere disappear and the layers above reflect the radio waves very effectively. X, AM radio waves typically travel faster in colder nighttime air. Why? All AM radio stations are required to transmit at a different bandwidth at night. Z, UV radiation causes daytime static in the AM wavebands. A1.
W.
W is correct. Your bonus question is visual in general science. Short answer. Answer the following 2 questions regarding this chart. 1. How many quads were produced by fossil fuel sources in 2008? 2. How many quads to the first decimal place were produced by renewable sources in 2008?
What's the second one? Wind is 1. Fire next. 83.9 the first one. Sure. 83.9 the first one.
5 seconds.
83.9 and 15.9.
Sorry, the answer is 58 and 7.4. Toss-up number 5 is in Earth Science multiple choice. During a positive North Atlantic oscillation, or NAO, Atlantic storm tracks will most likely W, track north and be stronger than normal, X, track north and be weaker than normal, Y, track south and be stronger than normal, Z, track south and be weaker than normal. A, Captain.
W.
Is correct. And your bonus question in Earth Science is short answer. Giving your answers as high or low, what type of atmospheric surface pressure is typically present at Earth's latitudes of 0 degrees, 30 degrees, 60 degrees, and 90 degrees, respectively?
Atmospheric pressure. So it's where it's seeing. So this is low, high, low, high.
Low, high, high, right?
No, it's low, high, low.
Okay, you probably right.
5 seconds.
Low, high, low, high.
That is correct. Toss-up number 6 is in astronomy, and it is multiple choice. Assuming clear skies, if a second quarter moon occurs on January 30th, on which of the following days of the same month would it be most advantageous to observe a magnitude 5 star with the unaided eye at midnight? W, January 9th, X, January 15th, Y, January 27th, Z, January 30th. A, Captain.
W.
That is incorrect. B, Captain.
January 15th.
That is correct. Your bonus question is visual in astronomy, and its short answer. Answer the following 3 questions. 1. What is the most common name for this stellar process? 2. What do the letters A and B represent respectively? And 3. What does a small white round ball represent that is emitted in 2 of the steps and shown in a legend?
The white ball's an electron.
White ball's an electron. What is A? No, it's an electron. Oh, yeah, positron. Positron.
What's the process?
CNO cycle.
Oh.
A, C.
Oh.
Yeah. No. Nitrogen, oxygen.
5 seconds.
CNO cycle. Nitrogen, oxygen, positron.
I'm sorry, it's C and O. A is gamma rays, B is neutrinos, and the last one is positrons. Toss-up number 7 is in math, and it's multiple choice. A fair die is rolled 6 times. Which of the following best describes the probability that all 6 numbers are rolled? W, 5 factorial divided by 6 to the 5th power. X, 5 factorial divided by 6 to the 4th power. Y, 4 factorial divided by 6 to the 5th power. Z, 4 factorial divided by 6 to the 4th power. A3.
5 factorial divided by 6 to the 5th power.
That is correct. Your bonus question in math is visual, short answer. Pick's theorem is used to calculate the area of polygons where each vertex is on a grid of equally spaced points. A polygon is pictured in the standard coordinate plane. What are the 2 missing values, A and B respectively, from Pick's theorem for this polygon?
If the coordinates are something,
It's from the area.
just to find the area, yeah. Count vertical and horizontal. Total horizontal distance over vertical. No, the width 6 over and
5 seconds.
A equals 4, B equals 6.
I'm sorry, A equals 8 and B equals 9. Toss-up number 8 is in physics, and it's multiple choice. Which of the following is an acronym for the type of non-baryonic matter that is believed by many cosmologists to account for much of dark matter? W, MRFs. X, DINS. Y, SURFs interrupt. A, captain.
Z.
WIMPs is correct. And your bonus question in physics is multiple choice. Which of the following principles is tested by measurements on entangled particles? W, special relativity. X, general relativity. Y, Bell's inequality. Z, Lorenz's theorem.
Y.
That is correct. Question 9 is a toss-up for both teams in earth science, multiple choice. Facility is a property common to W, siltstone. X, sandstone. Y, mudstone. Z, shale. A, captain.
Z.
Is correct. And your bonus question in earth science is visual and short answer. Identify which of the specimens labeled A through D, respectively, are the following 4 minerals: bauxite, stibnite, fluorite, tremolite.
Yeah. You're good, yeah.
5 seconds.
B, C, D, A.
That is correct. Toss-up number 10 is in biology and it's multiple choice. Which of the following is not true regarding genetics? W, a recessive allele will usually not be phenotypically expressed in the presence of a dominant allele. X, sister chromatids separate in mitosis and meiosis. Y, linked genes will typically cause a divergence from the expected ratio interrupt. B, captain.
Z.
Is correct. Your bonus question in biology is visual, short answer. Answer the following 4 questions. This chart illustrates the response a person has to a sudden, exceedingly dangerous situation, such as a speeding car nearly upon him. Tell whether the nervous system messages labeled 1 and 2 respectively are increased or decreased, and whether the boxes at 3, 4 respectively undergo an increase or decrease.
So heart rate 3 increases for sure. Heart rate increases. Blood pressure increases. Blood pressure increases.
Decreases.
Okay, so is it up, down?
Increases, decreases. Yeah. So increases, decreases.
Increases, decreases, increases, increases.
I'm sorry, it's decrease, increase, increase, increase. Toss-up 11 is in general science, multiple choice. Which of the following is the greatest barrier to high-efficiency LEDs that emit bright white light? W, most phosphors that are efficient are toxic. X, heat loss from Stokes shift. Y, the most efficient LEDs emit light in the red spectrum. Z, RGB combinations to produce white light commonly overheat. A2.
Z.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. B, captain.
Y.
I'm sorry, the answer was X, heat loss from Stokes shift.
And that's the half.
And scorekeeper, the score at the half is?
The score is North Carolina's 68 and Miraloma 26.
Thank you. We'll now have a brief 2-minute break in between halves.
You started that last question like with 1 second. So
Did I?
Yeah.
I wanted to try this.
I was watching during question 10 and kind of trying to think about it.
I was trying to time it. When I saw the clock, I was like 26.
Yeah, I was getting ready to let you know if it didn't expire. Yeah.
If everyone could please take their seats again, we'd like to resume with the second half of competition. Please take your seats. All right, thank you very much. We've gone through 11 questions in the first half. The score is 68 to 26, is that correct? We're going to resume with question number 12. Before we do we have any substitutions on either side of the table? Okay, well then without further ado, let's continue with the second half of our finals. This is toss-up question number 12. It's in chemistry and it is multiple choice. Which of the following is closest to the root mean square velocity in meters per second of oxygen molecules at 300 Kelvin? W, 484, X, 670, Y, 826, Z, 1000. B1.
X.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. A2.
Z.
I'm sorry, it's actually W, 484. Toss-up number 13 is in physics and it is multiple choice. If the density of matter is less than critical density, the universe is interrupt. B, captain.
Open.
I'm sorry, it's incorrect. It's interrupt. I'll repeat for team A, toss-up, physics, multiple choice. If the density of matter is less than critical density, the universe is W, closed and finite, X, open and finite, Y, closed and infinite, Z, open and infinite. A2.
Z.
Z is correct. Your bonus question in physics is visual and it is short answer. Answer the following 3 questions. 1. What is the most common name for the general type of radiation produced by this facility that is located at one of the Department of Energy national laboratories? 2. What is the common name that scientists use for the devices depicted as orange rectangles in the upper frame and illustrated in the lower diagram? 3. What is injected into the linac where the finger is pointing?
What kind of particles is it?
5 seconds.
Synchrotron radiation, solenoids, electrons.
I'm sorry, it's synchrotron, undulators, and electrons. Toss-up number 14 is in math, multiple choice. Which of the following is a simplification of the given infinite series? 1 plus sine squared theta, plus sine to the 4th theta, plus sine to the 6th theta, plus dot, dot, dot. W, tangent squared theta. X, cosecant squared theta. Y, secant squared theta. Z, cotangent squared theta. A3.
Cosecant squared theta.
Sorry, that's incorrect. B, captain.
W.
I'm sorry, the answer was Y, secant squared theta. Toss-up 15 is in astronomy and it is short answer. What specific type of stellar distance marker was most useful in helping scientists in 1998 conclude that the universe interrupts B, captain?
Type 1a supernovas.
That is correct. And your bonus question in astronomy is visual, short answer. This is a graph of the Milky Way's expected and actual rotational curve. Answer the following 3 questions. 1. If the sun is the yellow and orange circle, how many kiloparsecs is it from the galactic center rounded to the nearest whole number? 2. Which colored line represents the expected rotational curve? And 3. What is most commonly proposed as being present in the galaxy and causing differences between the red and blue lines?
Is it 8? Wow.
It was 8.
8, yeah, go with 8. Go with it, yeah, go with it. Okay, go with it, go with it.
8. Red, dark matter.
That is correct. Toss-up number 16 is in chemistry and it's multiple choice. Graham's law of diffusion was the basis for the development of which of the following processes? W, dialysis for renal failure. X, reverse osmosis used in the conversion of salt water to fresh water. Y, separation of U-235 from interrupt A, captain.
Y.
Is correct. And your bonus question in chemistry is short answer. A coffee cup calorimeter is used to determine the specific heat of a metal. If 20 grams of metal are heated to 100 degrees C, then dropped into a cup containing 75 grams of water at 20 degrees C, the final temperature of the water becomes 22 degrees C. Find the specific heat of the metal expressed in joules per gram degree Celsius to the first decimal place. Assume all heat is transferred to the water.
It was at 25, so...
It ends at 22 degrees?
Yeah, so wait, it loses heat?
Doesn't make any sense.
No, it gains.
Wait, it went from 20...
The water gains heat.
It was 20 degrees to 22.
20 to 22. It gains heat.
5 seconds.
0.04.
0.3.
I'm sorry, the answer was 0.4. Toss-up 17 is in astronomy, and it is multiple choice. In the Sun-Earth system, which of the following best describes Lagrangian point 3, or L3? W, geosynchronous with Earth. X, on the opposite side of the Earth. Interrupt, B, captain.
X.
I'm sorry, it's incorrect. It's an interrupt. I'll repeat for team A. Toss-up astronomy, multiple choice. In the Sun-Earth system, which of the following best describes Lagrangian point 3, or L3? W, geosynchronous with Earth. X, on the opposite side of the Earth. Y, on the opposite side of the Sun. Z, 60 degrees behind the Earth as it orbits the Sun. A2.
Z.
I'm sorry, it's Y on the opposite side of the Sun.
Excuse me, I'd like to challenge that, please.
Stop the clock, please.
On the opposite side of the Earth can be interpreted as on the other opposite side of the Earth's orbit, as I interpreted it.
I'm sorry, so your challenge is that?
Is that it
Can you rephrase it,
should
please?
also be on the opposite side of the Earth, because I interpret it as the opposite side of the Earth's orbit. That is ambiguous.
All right, we will consult. Please wait.
There are, of course, I expect you know that there are Lagrange points, and there's one on the opposite side of the Earth from the Sun and one on the opposite side of the Sun from the Earth. The Earth and the Earth's orbit are very much not synonymous, and so in this case we're going to reject your challenge.
Sorry, so
So, no, they both got it incorrect, I believe. Yes, they both got it incorrect. So we're moving to
Okay, so both teams have. Sorry. Okay, so that was question number 17. Both teams answered. Both teams got it incorrect. So we'll now move on to toss-up question number 18. It's in general science and is multiple choice. Which of the following best describes an exciton? W, the bound state of an electron and an electron hole. X, the higher energy state of an electron. Y, an electron that has absorbed radiation but not moved to another energy level. Z, a proton at near 0 Kelvin that is behaving like an electron. B1.
Y.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. A1.
X.
I'm sorry, it's W, the bound state of an electron in an electron hole. Toss-up number 19 is in earth science, and it is short answer. What is the more current name used by many researchers for the Cretaceous tertiary extinction event? A, captain.
KT extinction.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. B, captain.
The Great Asteroidal Impact Event.
I'm sorry, it's the Cretaceous Paleogene, or the KPG. Toss-up number 20 is in biology, multiple choice. Which of the following best accounts for why some antibiotics that inactivate bacterial ribosomes do not overly affect the host animal? W, the host is much larger and this would require much higher concentrations. X, bacterial ribosomes have different interrupt. B2.
X.
That is correct. Your bonus question in biology is short answer. By words or number, name all of the following 4 choices that would be unlikely to occur during the first half-hour period of running a marathon. 1, increase in end diastolic volume. 2, 40% increase blood flow to the stomach and small intestine. 3, 10 to 20% increase in plasma thyroxine levels. 4, increased mean arterial blood pressure.
Unlikely. What's unlikely to happen?
Unlikely.
What's 3?
Thyroxine goes up, so that means you're more active. So
That's likely.
Just
And then 4 is also likely.
4 is like your
And what about the diastolic?
5 seconds.
2 only.
I'm sorry, it's actually 2 and 3. Toss-up number 21 is in math and it is short answer. A parametrized path in the xy plane is given by the equations x equals 3t and y equals t squared. What is the velocity vector at t equals 1? A3.
3, 2.
That is correct. Your bonus question in math is short answer. An unfair die, when rolled, shows a 6 with probability of 1/2. The probability of rolling a 5 is 3 times that of rolling a 4. The probabilities of rolling a 1, 2, 3, or 4 are all equal. What's the probability as a fraction in lowest terms of rolling a 1?
112.
I got 114.
I got 112. It's definitely 1.
I got 114. Make sure.
1,
1, 2, 3,
oh, wait.
4. It's 114.
Positive. Are you sure it's not
5
114?
seconds.
114.
114th.
That is correct. Toss-up number 22 is for both teams in physics. It is a short answer. Name all of the following 4 choices that are typically considered easy to explain when light is considered as a wave. Diffraction, photoelectric effect, polarization, refraction. A captain.
1, 3, 4.
Is correct. Your bonus question in physics is short answer. Consider a metal that has a linear coefficient of expansion of 23 times 10 to the negative 6th per Kelvin. Assuming that this quantity is constant over the relevant temperature range, by how many millimeters to the nearest whole number will a 35-meter long rod of this metal expand if it is evenly heated from 1 degree C to 16 degrees C?
16 times 10 to the minus 3 is my guess. And that's in meters, right?
So
in millimeters.
16 millimeters.
Yes.
Do you have any idea what you're doing?
I just multiplied them together.
5 seconds.
16 millimeters.
Sorry, it's actually 12.
Oh, man.
Toss-up 23 is in chemistry and it is short answer. Identify each of the following 3 steps that occur in the solvation process of solution formation as being either endothermic or exothermic. 1, the separation of solute particles from one another prior to dissolving. 2, the separation of the solvent particles from one another prior to dissolving. 3, the combining of interrupt, B captain.
Endothermic, exothermic.
Is exactly right. Your bonus question in chemistry is visual, short answer. Answer the following 3 questions with the letters A through D. 1, which molecule reduces fluidity in the typical animal cell plasma membrane? 2, which molecule would be found in the lowest amounts in a typical animal cell plasma membrane? 3, which molecule has been most directly associated with a lower dietary risk of cardiovascular disease?
It's this one. This is C. It's BAC.
BAC.
I'm sorry, it's BDC. Toss-up number 24 is in biology and it is a short answer. By words or number, name all of the following 3 choices that are true regarding P53. 1, it is a protein. 2, it is a tumor suppressor. 3, it regulates the self-interrupt. B captain.
1, 2, 3.
Is correct. Your bonus question in biology is visual, short answer. Answer the following 3 questions. 1, what is the most accurate name microbiologists use for this culture plating technique? 2, if you were to overlay an analog clock upright over this image, at what time would the bacteria first have been applied? And 3, what is the most common name for the round objects at the ends of the lines labeled with the letter A?
5 seconds.
Selective spreading, 7 o'clock, and colonies.
I'm sorry, it's streak plate, streaking, 9 o'clock, and colonies. Toss-up number 25 is in chemistry and it is short answer. How many sigma and pi bonds respectively are contained in the molecule with the following structural formula? CH2, C, CH2. A captain.
6, 2.
That is correct. And your bonus question is in chemistry, short answer. Convert 80 parts per billion of calcium-2 ions into molarity units. Assume the atomic mass of calcium-2 plus is 40, and give your answer in scientific notation to one significant digit.
Ten.
Sorry, the correct answer was 2 times 10 to the negative 6th. And that's the end of the match. The final score is North Carolina 106, Miraloma 52. I'd like to congratulate our 2010 National Science Bowl High School champions, North Carolina. Let's have a hand for them, please.